So there's already been lots of talk about the Melbourne Cup winner and the fact that he was photographed with blood in the mouth. And I've seen people already jumping to immediately make excuses for why this happened and shrug off any accountability. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this because I think that what is going to doom the horse industry as a whole is the refusal on the part of the humans to consider how they've had any contribution to what horses do to themselves during these sports. So first off, this horse has had images shared of him celebrating his win where there hasn't been any mention of the blood in the mouth, and there's been people immediately trying to sanitize the images, take down certain videos, and make it so that people don't see this for what it is. That in itself is inherently problematic because it shows a desire to evade public scrutiny about something that happened in the public eye, and that is absolutely the business of the public. You can see here that the horse is very uncomfortable in the mouth. He's trying to cross his jaw, he's chewing a lot, and he's just all in all uncomfortable. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because the primary excuse that I see people using when they want to excuse blood in the mouth of the horse is saying that the horse bit their tongue or their cheek, as if this somehow changes the fact that the horse is bleeding from the mouth. But I wanted to point out the fact that oftentimes when horses are biting down on their tongues or their cheeks, it is the result of anxiety. It is the result of oral discomfort, fighting against tight nosebands, crossing their jaw, fighting contact, and otherwise just being uncomfortable in the mouth. It is the direct result of discomfort with the bit in their mouth, causing them to be that active in the mouth where they accidentally bite their tongue or their cheek. I don't see this happening in settings where the horses are relaxed and are not anxious, because their mouths are quiet. They're not actively fighting their rider. They're not showing active discomfort. It quite literally is directly correlated with discomfort in the mouth. You can see in the video of the horse with how high-headed he is even after the race that he's not a relaxed horse. So because people are the ones that choose to put horses in these situations, even in situations where the horse has accidentally bit down on their tongue or their cheek, they need to take accountability. They need to look at what factors contribute to making these types of accidents more likely, and they need to be working to stop those factors. So the anxiety that the average racehorse experiences is a factor that needs to be considered, because relaxed horses are not having these things happen. And with that said, right off the bat, publicly, we should not be seeking to sanitize and shrug off instances like this because it makes all horse people look bad. It makes us look like the sport prioritizes human interests above all else because that is what those actions say. So regardless of whether or not the blood in the mouth was caused by aggressive riding where their hands were so rough that they actually made the horse bleed, or if it's from the horse biting down on the tongue or the cheek, it doesn't matter because the result is still the same. The people are the ones who put that horse in that position and created the anxiety that resulted in them accidentally biting themselves. That's not a valid excuse to shrug off the fact that this should not be happening in animal sports. And if it does happen, we should be taking it seriously and we should be caring instead of just shrugging it off.